Despite what the title says, it appears that I have the Needolin in a very much freed Bellhart right now. But that is a ruse. A lie told to you by Team Cherry and their odd programming decisions. Because I did not cut away the silk of the bell above this town in this playthrough. And yet, I have the Needolin. How is that possible? And how can you trust me just by saying that? Well, you don't have to just trust my word, because you can see to the right of the town, there is an elevator that always is activated after cutting free Bellhart, and it is still not activated in my playthrough, because I did not cut free that bell, which also means that I did not ring one of the bells required to enter the Citadel past the last judge. And yet somehow, the game is treating it as if the threads covering this town in silk no longer exist. So I'm essentially making this video not only to show off a cool way to smuggle the Needolin without needing to free this town, but also as a protest for this town being freed when by all logical thoughts, it should not. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna make a challenge for this video. If you can look at my title of this video by the end of it and say that you think my title is misleading, you can put a dislike. But if you can see how my title is truthful and justified, then you must leave a like on this video and you must subscribe to my channel. The game has begun. Now, the whole basis behind this video is the idea that I could steal the Needolin using a save quit to wake up outside of this room with the Needolin granted to Hornet. But normally, once you get the Needolin, the save and quit option is disabled because you can no longer pause. So what am I doing in this video right now? I'm trying to activate a glitch called pause storage. And that glitch is where by spamming the save and quit button and the close menu button over and over again, you can end up in a state like this, where the save and quit prompt is still on your screen without you needing to pause. So even when I get to the state where the game prevents you from saving and quitting or pausing at all, I will still be able to click the save and quit option to exit this room and wake up at the last bench without being trapped here and forced to ring the bell. There's only one problem. I can't press jump while having this on the screen. And because I've paused again, I've deactivated the glitch. So what do I do now? Well, there's nothing stopping you from activating pause storage later in the fight. However, you should change your bind button away from the cancel key to any other key. Because unless you want save storage to be destroyed by your cutscene binding at the end of this, you want to change that so that you're not canceling out of your stored save and quit menu. So let me show you when you should activate pause storage. Now that we've defeated the Widow, you should bind twice and wait before binding the third time, because now is the perfect time to activate pause storage. You see, normally, after you bind for the third time, all pausing is disabled, and Hornet is fully stuck in to the cutscene that would normally grant her the Needolin, send her to Widow's memory, and then lock her in this room. However, if we activate pause storage correctly, we can do the third bind, get the Needolin after Hornet screams, and then save quit. And now that we've save quit, the game would normally want to send Hornet straight into Widow's memory, and then leave her in the room with the bell that will not be opened until you free the denizens of Bellhart. But you see, we have left that room, and we have been given the Needolin, even though we saw no pop-up saying, "You now have the Needolin," and even though we did not free the denizens of Bellhart. So, at this point, I was thinking to myself, well, Kilroy, you've done it. You've managed to get an essential item for progression without helping anyone at all, like the selfish person you are. But the thing is, Then I decided to run back to Bellhart to check on my progress. And much to my dismay, everyone is freed, even though I've done nothing. I'm actively trying to be a terrible person in this playthrough, and I'm not allowed to do so. So what in the heck is going on here? Well, just to see what else is happening in town, this entire area with this elevator that, as I said, should be unlocked the moment you free Bellhart, is not unlocked. And that's because I didn't free Bellhart, despite what the game's lying eyes are trying to show you. And I figured maybe I could talk to everyone in this town and see if they interact any differently with us. Pavo is still happy to be freed, although Hornet says, upon cutting you free, I'd only find husks. Hornet, when did you cut all these people free? I don't really remember that moment in time. And to the surprise of no one, yes, there is no special dialogue for freeing the town without really freeing the town. Team Cherry did not think that this was something they had to worry about. Chakra says this heart home is cut free of its curse. It has not been cut free of its curse, and I will show you soon that fact. I did slay the tall creature above. I did not cut the thread. And because this is just making me madder and madder, I'm going to cut all this conversation off now and show you what I mean by not cutting the thread. After stealing the Needolin with pause storage, we can come back and see very clearly a bell woven with silk, covering it all, much like the denizens of the town, as they should be now and as they were like 10 or 15 minutes ago. I have the Needolin here. I'm fully free to play it. I have it fully unlocked, and I can use it for all of its required uses in the game. But this bell is locked off. And because it still assumes that I should be in there, cutting free the bell, I cannot get back in, without any no-clip glitch or major cheat. So, though I have the Needolin, I can never free this bell. And that means in this playthrough, I can never make it through the blasted steps and the last judge, because that bell has to be rung for the last judge boss to even activate, meaning I have locked myself off from Act 3 completion in this save file. So other than just being a monster and trapping everyone, why would you do this? Of course, I do this for the main reason I do most things in this game, because it can be done, and because it can be done, I have to do it. But more specifically, by doing this trick, you can get the Needolin without falling into a soft lock I've shown previously, where if you go into the Widow's memory with no horizontal movement, like dash or float, then you would normally get soft locked. But because I've discovered this, I can now take the Needolin and continue my playthrough with only wall cling. Which means, yes ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you a soft lock very soon with this. And outside of that, you can just be a weirdo and lock yourself off from completion. So did I justify myself? If so, please leave a like and have a good day everyone.